And now it's my privilege to introduce a great friend and great man of God who really sought the heart of God for the 50-plus generation, Joshua and Caleb. And welcome, John Bonnet.
Thank you. Thank you. Hang on. Thank you. Thank you. Actually, God sought my heart is the way it worked. I'm not kidding. When God takes over, He takes over. It's just so exciting to be here at the Great Commission Conference, and God has done some wonderful things already. I've heard of many miracles that have happened. I was listening to George and the others in the great miracles on the mission field, and we're going to attempt another miracle right here in front of you this morning. George said I had 5 minutes to speak. And so we're going to see how close I get to that. Again, I am John Bonnet, the pastor of 50 Plus, a Blessing Generation at Morning Star Ministries. And my heart is to call my generation back to who we are. And we are out here, we're sitting in the audience, and we are standing in our identity, and we're going to do great exploits. About a week ago, I had a prophetic dream, and I know it's for more than me. I was in this like high-speed bullet train, and the ride was very smooth. Now, the train didn't have a covering on it, so you could just sit and you could kind of look up into the heavens, and you're just floating along and just sitting and riding smoothly in this bullet train. And it was doing 50 miles an hour. And I'm sitting there with my friends in the train, and I thought, we're going too slow. We're going too slow. So I walked up to the front, and I remember grabbing the accelerator in the train and pulling it back. I didn't pull. I pushed it forward. Yeah, I'm thinking airplane. Let's do train. Pushed that, and I did. I pushed it forward, and the train accelerated. Now we were just flying along, and it was still smooth and comfortable. Now I'm thinking, okay, we're heading to a terminal at the end here. Now, if you've ever been in a large train terminal, many tracks come in, they have those two bumper things that come in, and I'm thinking, wow, if I come in too fast, I'm just going to smash. And so I'm controlling the train, and it's really moving along, and we're just moving along very smoothly, and I'm waiting, okay, how far are we from the end? Okay, now it's time to pull it back, and the train slowed down, and it just drifted right to those little bumpers in the terminal and just stopped. And my dream ended. And that's the way I want my life to end. Flying through 50 and beyond. Flying and accelerating for the Lord. Just going places we haven't gone before. And at the end, our Father's going to take it, just slow it down, and we're going to slide right into heaven. Right? Yeah. Now, you have a choice. You have a choice. You can do 50. You can sit in your recliner. You're still smooth ride. God loves you. You love Him. You can do that. You have the choice. What does God have for me and my generation? Let me read something from Numbers 8. As I was studying the Bible, when you're talking about the spiritual significance of being 50, and I read about the sons of Levi, and it talked about those who are from 30 to 50 got to work in the tabernacle and a meeting and set it all up. And I'm going, well, God, what about our generation? Then I got to Numbers 8, and it said, this is what pertains to the Levites. From 25 years old and above, one may enter to perform the service in the work of the tabernacle of meeting. And at the age of 50, they must cease performing this work and shall work no more. Well, that's not bad. They may minister with their brethren in the tabernacle of meeting to attend to the needs, but they themselves need to do no work. When we reach 50, the hard lifting is over, and God has given us spiritual authority to do ministry, to minister. He is giving us the authority. He has called us into our purpose. Who are we? We are to go into all the worlds. We are to touch our neighbors. We are to call our children back to God. That's who we are. Now I'll get back to my notes because I started preaching. We are the Joshuas and Calebs. We don't listen to the lies around us. The church says, sit in the back row. The church says, you can be an usher, but nothing else. The church says, Cultural Christianity says it's for the next generation. Society says go retire. We say no. You finally matured. You under 50, you'll get to be one of us one day. That's right. And you'll finally step into your own. You'll finally step into your maturity. You'll finally step into the authority that God has granted every person who is 50 and above. You know, the sons of Levi, they were in charge of carrying the tabernacle through the wilderness. And one of the sons was in charge of carrying the coverings for the outside of the tabernacle. And you know what? You know how those coverings were joined together? By 50 golden rings. By 50 golden rings. And have you ever heard of the year of Jubilee, the 50? Have you ever heard of the day of Pentecost in 50? Don't you think that's important? God is saying something to us. Etienne said we are kings and priests. We are priests. We stand in our calling as kings and priests. Amen. So now we have a choice here at the missions conference. And the choice is yours. Etienne said we are carriers of His presence. And we've all felt God's presence here. And some of that came through each one of us. So I want to talk to you very quickly about something very specific that we 50-plussers get to do. I think you've seen this sign out in the foyer. It says 50-plus special ops. We at Morning Star Ministries are planning a 50-plus special ops. You'll say, whoa, I can't be in 50-plus special ops. I can't be in special ops. Listen. You had basic training in the wilderness for 40 years. You've walked through it all. You've done it. You've seen people die beside you, and you said, no, I'm keeping my eyes on the Lord. I'm going on. That's who we are. So you are getting ready to be in the 50-plus special ops. So we want to help you be there. Find your next assignment. Step into your calling. That's right. So at Morning Star, we're working with the missions department to do very special things. We have prophetic Skyping that we're going to be doing. We'll help train you in that. We're planning special short-term mission trips for 50-plussers specifically, as George Parrott alluded to or spoke about earlier. We can deal with helping stop human trafficking. We've heard about some of these things. You can do that. You know, you can do this at home or away. You don't have to even be on the mission field. There are many things you can do. You can be making calls. You can bring in millions of dollars of goods that support missionaries and touch people's lives and allow thousands of people to live instead of starving. Because you get to be part of this. Now, if you would like to be part of 50-plus special ops and just have some more information on it, you can go to our booth outside and just sign your name and email and information. And even if you want to write an area that you're interested in, put that down, because we are preparing this. We're going to be sending out information. We're going to build our email list and our strategy. We are working on building some week-long courses at Morning Star that will equip you. You might be sitting in a Morning Star University class part of the day and sitting in a missions class the rest of the day as we equip you for special things. If you're not here, if you're web streaming and you can't sign up, do this. Go to 50plus@morningstarministries.org. Send us an email. That's 50 with a plus sign. 50plus@morningstarministries.org. And email us and say, I'm interested in one of those courses at Morning Star University where I'll get equipped to go on a short-term mission trip, or to do this or to do that. Let us know your interest, how you might be involved. Email us so that we can put some of those things together. And if you want to go on to the 50-plus website, it's blessinggeneration.com. www.blessinggeneration, one word, blessinggeneration.com. But email us, or you here, sign up, and let's take the next step for what God is calling us to, because we are the ones who to bring the next generation into the promised land. God has said we are the Joshuas and Calebs. We are the ones to bring the next generation in. God has equipped you for this purpose. I'm calling you to be with me. Let's go together.